What's going on, guys? In this video we're going to be going over where to farm and where's the best area, pretty much where's the best areas to farm, which is mostly in the campaign and the dungeons. We won't be going over the campaign farms or anything like that. We'll leave that for a separate video that I have made. But so yeah, we'll just start off with campaign real quick, right? We'll say, let's just say, right, you get stuck. We'll say here on Brutal, right, you cannot be this level on Brutal, right? You're stuck here, you're level 15 starter, cannot beat it. And you think your best thing to do is maybe you can go back to this stage and farm up your champions and stuff like that. I will, when you're first starting off and you get stuck on any stage like this, your best thing to do is go back to the previous one. So say you get stuck here on Brutal. Your best area to farm is go back to hard, go to 12 free, and if your champion can solo this, they'll farm here. Reason being, it will be a better energy to XP ratio than if you were to farm, say, like here, if you're stuck here. So that is the first thing I want to get out of the way for early game players, is if you get stuck anywhere, don't be afraid to go back to normal, hard, and farm 12 free. Now, why 12 free? Well, we'll get that in real quickly. If we go to Brutal real quick and you go to 12, the reason 12 free is it's the best energy to money to XP ratio that you'll find in pretty much in the game, as far as I'm aware. So if you're wanting more money for the right amount of XP and energy, 12 free is your best area to go. If you care less about money and just want XP, then you can farm 12-6. However, you should always be farming with 12 free or 12-6, depending on how much you care about money. Other areas you can farm in the game, depending on how needed you are. Early game, sure, I'll do this. You can farm stage, stage 8, and you can farm probably anywhere on stage 8, but I'll say 6, 5, and 4, and you can farm like HP, defense, attack percent, maybe accuracy, 5-star pieces here from Brutal, or if you have Nightmare unlocked, you can get 5 or 6-star pieces from here. Then you get like some speed, 5, 6-star boots, and some like crit rate, crit damage, HP percent, whatever else you want on your gauntlets, 5, 6-star as well. And this is a good way to get early game lifesteal gear, relatively early game lifesteal gear, until you want to really start trusting the dungeons. Another place where you can really farm is stage 6-6 for some 5, 6-star speed boots. Although most of the time they will be common speed boots. However, the speeds when they maxed out still end up being the same. The speeds, no matter the rarity, will still end up being 45. So it is good to come here if you need speed boots. I need to personally do this myself. But yeah, you can get some common and uncommon speed boots here, and that will be super helpful for your progression until you start getting some really good speed boots from the dungeons. Now, that's going over where to farm your campaign. Again, like I mentioned, most of this will be in Brutal. If you can do it in Nightmare, you can as well. However, I wouldn't recommend 12 free and 12-6 Nightmare, as the energy cost to XP isn't really worth it. Nightmare, I would leave for if you want to farm some speed boots or some lifesteal gear early on. But early on, you're probably only going to be able to get the Brutal. Now, in the dungeons, where are you wanting to farm? Iron Twins, obviously, you're wanting to go as low as you can go. So if you can only get stage 9 on this one, for example, like I have at the moment, then you'll be farming stage 9. The lower you can go, the better. Any of these keeps, same thing. Depending on what you want. If you want these small boys, then obviously you're probably better off farming up higher. If you want the bigger boys, the lower you can go, the better. Right, so that's as simple as that, and that's for all of these keys. For Minotaur's Labyrinth, again, same thing. The lower you can go, the better it will be. Ice Golem Peak, Spider's Den, Dragon's Lair, and Fire Knight will all pretty much be the same. Spider's Den will be a little bit different. Pretty much though, with these, the quicker you can get to getting 5-star gear early on, the better. So your first area you want to get is stage 10. That's your first milestone you want to get. Maybe even your first milestone is stage 7, because that's where you start unlocking 5-star gear. Then stage 10. That's where you only get 4 and 5-star gear. Your next milestone after that is stage 13, where you start getting 6-star gear. Your next milestone after that will be stage 16, because if I'm not mistaken, that's where you stop getting your brews, your mystery shards, and all that, and you just start only getting gear and ancient shards. After that, your next milestone will be stage 20, because that's where you start only getting 5 and 6-star gear. And then after that, stage 24 or 25. Reason for those is they start giving you better gear. You used to only get 5, 6-star gear on them, but the gear you start getting has increased rates of being a higher rarity. And obviously, anything you want is a higher rarity. Now, the reason I say it's slightly different than spiders is because stage 10, as far as I'm aware, is a little bit bugged and gives you slightly better gear than what it should. So for spider, again, quick you can get to getting 5-star gear, the better. So stage 7, then obviously stage 10, where you start getting 4 and 5-star gear. Then stage 13, where you start getting 6-star. Stage 16 for those less shitty drops. And again, stage 20 and 25. As you can see here, I'm currently on stage 20, and that's the best I can do. For Sand Devils, I haven't got it unlocked, so I don't know the energy ratios too much. But if I'm not mistaken, stage 9 is the best for smaller oils, for small oil to energy ratio. Or it might be stage 11. It is one of those two, I'm pretty sure. Now, if you're wanting smaller oils, they're the best areas to farm. If you're wanting bigger oils, then you could obviously start to farm these higher stages. However, for a lot of us, you're only doing small ascensions, so these slower stage of stage 9 and 11 are much better. Now, they're the main areas you can farm. Now, when it comes to clan boss, realistically, when it comes to farming clan boss, the faster you can get up to Ultra Nightmare, the better. You want to be farming those two, as soon as you can. When it comes to Hydra, I see a lot of people with the way they do it. If you can get to the point where you're doing it with Hydra, they farm Nightmare, Brutal, and Normal. They don't touch hard. Unfortunately, we're still at a point where I'm only attacking Normal still, and I'm not even getting the top chest. I'm going to slowly work on getting that. Anywhere else, when it comes to farming, it really doesn't matter too much. It all depends on what gear you're looking for. But hopefully that comes in handy for everyone. If you did enjoy this video, feel free to like, subscribe, notifications, follow me on Twitch, link in the description, and I'll catch you in the next one.